We're live.
Yes.
Yeah, we are live, and it's going to be a good one.
Somebody
Uh,
said
I had a
loading.
stroke there. Loading. Yeah, I need the little bar across my face. Yeah, no, I'm excited. Who do we got? We got Nate Tanner. I see Matt Kalo,
Ooh.
unimaginative username, which is a great username.
Such
Yes.
a good username.
Probably one of my top five.
Hey
Put my
guys.
old man glasses on.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
guys.
sleepy today.
I know, right?
Sleepy,
It's
so
that.
sleepy.
I don't know what's going on. Man, I wanted to just start the stream. We're going to be talking about Bullet Train, Brad Pitt doing things on a super fast train in Tokyo with ninjas and assassins. It looks dope. We're going to talk about that in a second. But I wanted to just let everybody know that obviously, there's this thing going on called a war over in Ukraine, and we want to be aware of it, and we are aware of it. And so we wanted to set up a way for you guys to kind of donate. I know you guys donate soup to kind of support us, but if you want to donate soup now to support Ukraine, you can do that. We set up a fund with YouTube Giving with the World Food Program USA. So if you donate soup using in the super chat over, I guess, on the right side here, or there's a donate button off below the video or off to the side of it, depending on like how you have your whatever. You know how that works. Yeah,
I thought
so if
we
you
were
want
raising money to buy javelins.
yeah. I wish you could. Wouldn't that be dope? Like, listen, you donate, and we'll send Ukraine some anti-tank javelins and some helmets. I guess.
So we're
with the
not though.
Swedes.
So we're not doing that.
No, I think that's illegal. I don't think
Oh.
you can do that.
I always wanted to be a weapons dealer.
I know, right? Like, but I would be that weapons
They have
dealer
the
guy,
best
like in
boats.
Pacific Rim. Like, who played that guy? Shit, I'm blanking on his name. But he was a great character. But
Have you been watching how Italy's just going around and just confiscating all the stuff from the rich Russians?
no, I love that.
Yeah. That yacht, we take it. That
That's ours
villa,
now.
we take it. Oh, you get another one? We'll take
Yeah.
that too.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's so good. Yeah, man. I mean, it's all messed up over there, right? And the videos that I've seen, like, New York Times is posting some great photos of like, I'm not great. They're terrible photos of, but it's great coverage of like these kids that are just being like, like walking like hundreds of miles to get to the borders, to
Oh, I thought they were chasing Sean Penn.
no. Why would Sean Penn be over there?
He
Oh,
walked.
he is over there. No, you're
He,
right.
is
he
over
walked
there.
to the
over
border
No,
too.
he is over
I
there.
forgot about
I
that.
thought he was like the Pied Piper. Follow me, kids. Follow me to Poland.
I forgot about that. Yeah, like he's over there filming like a documentary or something about this.
He's out now.
Oh, is he?
He literally walked to Poland. Hey, Luke, what's up, dude?
That's crazy. But man, it's just heartbreaking, right?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
not
no
get
worries,
depressed.
Tommy.
Come on, we got my man crush on this today. We
Oh,
are going
I
to talk
forgot.
about
It is
my
your
man
Oh,
crush.
I didn't even think about that.
Man,
Oh,
If he fell in a pile of shit, I would lick him down and offer a towel.
and his glorious
I
hair.
wonder if he would remember you as being like the worst parent he's ever met. Be like, you let your
Where
kid
did
fall.
did I tell that story on Couch or was
I
that
think-
just in one of our
You
things?
definitely
I don't
showed it on
remember.
CouchSoup. It was
It
definitely.
was because
Yeah.
that's a good story. That's a really
It's
good
I mean,
story.
It is.
It's a good story for Brad
Kid
Pitt.
face
Like, how
Not
did
a
I
great
tell a
story for
Brad
you.
Pitt story not in a Brad Pitt movie?
I don't know.
How did I
He
tell
just
that?
hasn't- He
I
hasn't
don't
been,
remember.
has he been in a lot of stuff that we've been like hyped for?
No.
I mean, this looks
How
good.
do any
I
of your
think I
stories
told- I
come
think
about,
I-
PJ?
I don't think
mean,
I
it's a
told it.
mystery to us all. They just
You-
told
told it. So, anyways, everybody knows I have a big man crush on Brad Pitt. Always have. Love that man. Always wanted to meet him. One of the few celebrities, not few, but a celebrity I never worked with. And a friend of mine bought his old house. And he lived 2 houses down with Angelina. And so when we would go over there, when Sky was young, we would go over there and I would look out the window and be like, oh, Brad's outside. Come on. Sorry, Sky, we're going for a walk. Let's go. And so one time Brad was out working on his motorcycle and the street's super narrow. Like only one car can get up. And the driveway can't even put a car in there. So that's how close we are. And so I'm walking in little Sky. She just maybe 2.5, 3, just stumbling along. And it's a bit of a downhill road, and I'm walking by, and I got her next to me, and there he is. It's like literally like the angels started singing, the clouds opened up, and he's standing next to his motorcycle, and he just starts glowing. I shit you not, the man glows. And I'm walking and I'm looking at him, and he looks at me, and our eyes make contact. And I knew we'd be the best of friends. And he's still looking at me. Now he stands up. He's still looking. He's going to talk to me, and he's still staring at me now. And I'm just like, "Hey," and he goes,
"Hey, how you
hey back." And he goes, and he nudges behind me, and I turn around, and there is Skylar about, I don't know, 50 or 100 paces back with her face down in the mud. She had fallen forward and was just in this little trough of mud and water. And I'm like, oh my God. And I go back and I pick her up and I go, so much for a walk. They're always short. He goes, they always are. And then I just went back so embarrassed. So that was my big moment with Brad Pitt. I'm sure he remembers it and tells that story to everybody at every chance he gets.
He'd be like, I'm sure he does. He's like, listen, I met this guy. He let his daughter just fall into a puddle of mud.
Yeah, he's probably saying, if he hadn't done that, I probably would have been best friends with him.
Yeah, he's probably like, and yet I saved another child today. You know, like that's probably
without even trying. He's like, I wasn't even trying. This is my day off from saving kids.
And I saved a kid. Saved a kid from a bad parent.
Here it is.
You know.
I just can't escape it.
The story would have been complete if he like ran over there, picked her up, and he's like running, and there's like
came towards me, and I'm like, and then he walked past me and gets shot.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah, so I'm super excited about this, and I'm also excited about the fact of the people who are behind this, because David Leitch, how do you pronounce it? Do you know?
Leitch?
Leitch. I love, like, we're talking Nobody, Wick, Atomic Blonde. I mean, and he comes from the world of stunts. So apparently the live shit that they made to do these stunts is insane. So I'm super excited for this one. It wasn't even on my radar until you emailed me and said we're doing this.
Yeah.
So I have not seen this trailer. I have not even looked at it yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm excited.
It's very exciting.
It is kind of cool. Yeah,
This is dope. We have to discuss this.
It did kind of, it did kind of come out of nowhere, and it's great because it's not like a sequel. It's not a franchise. It totally feels kind of fresh and new in a weird way. It kind of feels like John Wick, right? Where it's sort of like something's dropping, and you're like, I don't know what this is, and it's kind of exciting. I don't know anything about this character or what's going on. I know it's based on a book.
It is.
So
Yeah, it's a Japanese bestseller, so they're definitely doing the foreign thing. They got that dialed in well.
Yeah,
And Sandra Bullock's in it.
Oh, sorry, EJP.
She replaced Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga was supposed to be in this?
Yeah, Sandra Bullock replaced Lady Gaga.
Two of my favorite people.
Did she had to jump out?
She had conflict with World of Gucci, so she couldn't do it.
I mean,
House of Gucci.
World.
So they that one I'm a
That's
little
a sequel.
that one I was a little bit like I like Sandra Bullock, but I kind of would have liked Lady
thank you,
Gaga
EJ.
better.
Oh yeah, EJ, thank you, buddy. $20 to the World Food Program USA, man. Thanks. That's great, man.
World Food Program is code for javelin.
It's code for.
It's not.
Missiles
for legal
up
reasons yet again.
It's
I
not.
just want to clarify. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a
maybe.
soup for Ukraine.
I've seen the packages. They look like big enough. They could fit a missile. I don't know. Maybe.
Or just a lot of
Badass bunch of motherfuckers are carrying that thing around, locking it on that tank, hitting the button, and then running. And that thing just goes straight up, but 600 feet over the tank, and it just comes straight down and destroys it.
Just long enough for them to go, oh fuck, and then run away.
Like the old Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah. Well, man, why don't we watch this thing, and then we can break
Bring
it down.
it on.
All
I
right,
want to cue it up though first. Wait, I gotta get ready. I gotta cue that mother up. Hold on. Wait 1 second.
Right when you open up the trailer, there's Brad.
I know
I'll
he's
go
glowing.
make it. I'll go
He
make it
is.
really
It is glowing
big.
in the
He's
in the
literally
first
glowing.
shot.
Don't
Is
say
that what he
anything
looked like
mean
when you
about
saw
my
him?
boy. He's wearing jeans, had a red T-shirt on, standing
Did he
next to a
have
really cool
long
motorbike. No, he had that
does
shaggy hair. It was slightly shaggy, but not long.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm already.
It was either growing in
Shaggy
or...
Brad Pitt doesn't get much better than that, you know.
Could
pretty
be just
dreamy.
we'll check my levels seem fine. Double check that.
What's
All
wrong?
right.
We got that
Are
wrong?
you ready?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
do
Count her
it.
down.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, play.
Cars, guns, trains, bullet train. I love it.
Hi. There's a gun on.
Hi.
It's the quiet car. Got use your small inside voice. There's a gun.
I love how he whispers then.
Yeah. Like,
I love the tranquil music in the background.
the rules apply.
Oh, good song. Love the coloring, man. Jesus.
Beautiful.
I am ready. You are getting the new and improved me. Because if you put peace out in the world, you get peace back.
I think you might be
He's
forgetting what
Ladybug.
you do for a living. Take the gun.
Every job I do, somebody
Sandra.
dies. I'm not that guy anymore.
Some conflicts require a gun.
It just looks so nice. I want to be on that train. So pretty.
Oh crap.
Hey, this is nice. Okay, what am I snatching and or grabbing?
A briefcase. You said you wanted simple for your first job back. Doesn't get simpler.
Oh my god.
He just got stabbed.
He stabbed his phone. Oh my gosh. How rude.
I love how this is almost to the rhythm.
life the way you ruin mine.
Dude, I don't even know you! There's nothing simple about this job.
Something else going on here.
Yeah, I'm not the only one on this train looking for this case.
Yes.
Lemon, where's the briefcase?
Oh, it's not shit. It was just it.
We are right on schedule.
Everything that's ever happened
Oh, that's
This is gonna sting, bitch!
has led you here.
Oh.
Katanas and shit.
That was
Fate.
That's a shit deal.
I love it.
Oh, no, thank you.
You know what? Do you have anything sparkling? That's the one. Thank you. Domo arigato.
He looks good there.
You sure you don't want to talk this out?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
Exclusively in movie theaters.
Noise.
Wow.
Nice, 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 nice.
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 That reminds me. That last shot reminds me of Mission Impossible, the first Mission Impossible. When, you know, when he's on the train, hanging off. Anybody remember that? Am I the only one? Tom Cruise hanging off a train.
Sorry.
I remember it.
Okay.
I don't.
Go, PJ. Go.
I wanna go first.
Okay,
Okay,
go
go
first.
first.
Go.
Okay,
bud.
is it just me or does Joey Hunter look like Stephanie?
What?
Joey
Sure.
Hunter?
Yeah.
Joey King?
Joey King.
Oh, Joey King.
Joey King, sorry. Does
Oh.
Joey King look like
A little bit.
Stephanie?
I'll see it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, dead
I
on.
totally cut
actually.
Steph vibes of that. Anyways, okay,
yeah.
I digress.
I digress.
Not a fan. Not a fan of the stoner pit, the shaggy, scruffy stoner pit. He
Right.
did it in True Romance. Remember when he was on the couch?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan. I mean, I the Ocean's 11. Is that what it's Ocean's 11? I love
Yeah.
that version of Pitt,
The
but
more
I
like streamlined.
just cooler
Yeah,
because he's cool.
yeah.
You know, he's my best friend, right? So he's supposed to be cool. But you could really sense the Deadpool 2, the Deadpool humor in there, could you not? In that with the action line,
Yes.
line.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
okay.
you saw a lot of that. But and the color was stunning, you know. And
the color's great.
and think about shooting in that train and the stunts and what they're going to use. It's cool. But was that a good trailer? Was that
hear ya.
really a good, like, I'm going to go see it because of Leitch. I'm going to go see it because of Brad Pitt. I'm going to go see it because it's something that's a slightly different. I haven't, seen that idea in a while. I love the Japanese culture, so I'm going to go see
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
But as a story, the way they used that trailer to tell the story, it was just kind of like a non-ending fight scene that got punctuated by jokes.
Right.
Like it didn't give me any intrigue, didn't make me care about that case. Like remember in the classic Pulp Fiction, it was a Pulp Fiction with the case and it closed.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing in there that made me want to know about anything. It's just like, yep, they want a case. They're going to fight for it. Somebody's going to get it at the end. They didn't give me any intrigue in that trailer. So, and since this is trailer talk, as a trailer, it did not turn me on story-wise. Take it away.
Yeah,
Well.
no, I'm gonna back. I kind of agree with you. This is I always talk about where this falls as a trailer, right? You have your teaser trailer, then you have the first official trailer, then you have like trailer 2, which is more story driven, then you have the final trailer, which is basically we give you the whole fucking movie. This is like the first thing we've seen of this. Like we got like a teaser clip like a week ago of like just a short clip. And then, so this is sort of the trailer that's meant to kind of like not give you a sense of the vibe of the film, some great lines, and what it sort of gonna, what you're jumping into. Not really there to give you the story. But I hear you. Like it doesn't.
It was better when they were doing the quiet. This is the quiet train thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, have you ever been in one of those quiet trains? One of the sections where you're supposed to be quiet, and there's these militant people that are like, shh.
Oh.
Look at the sign.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Silent
chewing my
library.
chips too loud.
But I love that
was
it
interesting.
sets up rules like that, like for like that these, at least they're honorable sort of assassins, right? They follow some rules, if they're even going to kill people. Kind of like John Wick, right? Like there's rules still.
Yeah. Which would
have
have been cool to set up too. Fight Club was like that. You know what I mean? Like you like that, and then build a sandbox and how do you play in it. But I think the trailer could have done a better job at intriguing me more. I think they just went with the hey, I got Brad Pitt. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say, I don't know if Sandra Bullock was the right one for that. I don't know. Even though she's just a voice.
In the trailer.
You hear her?
I think she's the
You just
voice.
hear her?
Ladybug, and she's Maria Beetle, right?
Yes,
so she's
Maria
Maria Beetle.
Yeah.
Well, which is weird because Maria Beetle is the author of the novel. So is there
No. What?
is there
No.
playing like some fourth wall breaking
it was
here?
the-
Like so the author is sort of telling the story.
The author's name is Maria Beetle.
No
Yeah.
way.
I thought it
of
was
the
the
book.
character.
Oh, I thought Maria
just
Beetle was the
full
character.
name.
No,
No, I might have
it's,
mixed that up.
Googling it.
I mean, I could be
I know
wrong.
Brad Pitt is Ladybug.
It
And then
says
he
the
has
author's
a-
is based on the
Kōtarō
novel.
Oh,
Isaka.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
so
the novel is called Maria Beetle. Sorry.
Maria Beetle is Sandra Bullock character,
Okay.
that voice. She's
Yeah.
in charge of sending the assassins to go kill peeps. And so apparently 5 people assassins show up on this train to get one case. So is it going to be Kurosawa-esque where it's 5 people have 5 different reasons, but it's all the same reason? Are they going to go that? I don't know. Anybody read the book? Did anybody read the book?
I want to read the
I
book
would
now.
like to.
Yeah.
Yeah. After
I,
this
do, I
show.
don't know Japanese, so it would be a tough read.
Translation.
I bet there's a translated version.
Yeah.
I wonder if the translation
out
would
there.
work, though, really. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the
it's,
cultural...
I feel like they've gotten that down nowadays. I like the idea though too. I like things that are sort of self-contained, kind of like where you have like speeds on a bus, or like what was it, Dark Territory, or what was the other train one with
Liam Neeson was in a plane. Somebody was
Steven
saying.
Seagal, yeah. But like this is a Japanese like bullet train, like what do they call them, the Shrinkersons or something? I forget what they name them, but like
That
these things
speed
fly.
train. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's like right away kind of adds like an element where you're kind of stuck on this bullet train going from Tokyo to somewhere else. At high speeds adds like another element. The fact that you can't get off, right? It's not like a normal train like back in the olden days where you could probably jump off a train and live. You're not jumping off this thing and living. So there's really no way off this thing, which is kind of cool. So I'm digging that. And ninjas, right? I mean, assassin ninjas, samurai guys.
Hiroyuki,
I don't know.
isn't it Hiroyuki? Hiroyuki Sanada?
Yeah. That guy.
So good in like everything. Yeah. very
Masayoka's
excited to
also
see
in this, so that's cool.
it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's got a
No,
good cast.
it's an insane cast. Yeah, like Aaron Taylor Johnson, Joey King, and PJ mentioned Michael Shannon, who, I mean, the guy's in everything, and everything he's in is great.
Well, it's such a wide variety of actors too. I feel
Yes.
like, from ages to even like just the films that they've done. Like Michael Shannon, this movie trailer kind of reminds me a little bit like Knives Out, and he was great in Knives Out. Like there's lots of different movies that this kind of reminds me of, which I think is kind of cool too.
What about the choice of the Bee Gees song?
It was
Great, but it was like the Japanese version.
which is even better.
Yeah, which was kind of cool, which was pretty dope.
I love the sound mixing in this trailer too. Like when you're moving to different parts of the train, like all of a sudden the song, like it's playing in the background, but it's like very, very quiet. And then like you go back to being loud and just covering the whole shot. Like I thought that was really cool.
Did you ever see that Christmas movie? And I think I brought this up before, and I can't remember it. Who's the guy? Who's the guy from? Oh shit! To Hell on Earth or something. You know, he's the British guy. He's the comedian. He did those buddy movies with the fatter guy with the
Simon Pegg.
Yeah. So he did a Christmas movie where he's on a train. So the whole movie takes place on a train, and the main train that he's in, every time he goes back a train or up a train, it goes back to a different point of time in his life. But he's acknowledged, he knows everything, so he can change it.
What?
It's
I
a
have not seen
really cool movie. I just don't remember the name of it. So he can go, and the more trains he goes back, the farther he goes back. So he literally goes back to when he was born, and tries to affect his life. It's not a horror film. It's a comedy.
Hallmark. Is this a Hallmark movie?
No.
No.
I'm trying to remember.
Movie?
It's
not absolutely anything, is it?
No. I got to go to his IMDb.
Like
does anybody in chat know the movie I'm talking about?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if it's. I mean, I've
I'm
just
looking
googled
at
Simon Pegg Christmas movie.
I'm looking at his list and I'm not seeing it. Yeah.
Are you sure it's Simon Pegg?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Scotty from Star Trek, the new one.
Of course,
is it
that's
called
what you
Last
remember.
Train to Christmas?
That's it. Last Train to Christmas. Thank you.
Oh.
It is.
It's a Christmas movie, so now it's illegal to watch it until you get closer to Christmas.
True.
It's Michael
But
Sheen, not Simon
unless it's Die Hard, then you're allowed to watch that.
Oh, did I say the wrong one? Did I say the wrong guy?
Pegg. Yeah,
Michael Sheen's good too, though.
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen. I always mix those two guys up all the time. Yeah.
That looks like a good movie, though. Damn. All right.
I guess. Does it have ninjas and
You know
assassins?
what it doesn't? You
I'm
know
gonna
what
pass.
it does though? The Last Samurai, and that's where I know Hiroyuki Sanada from, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he's just so good at everything.
And then Oriental Express. Did that come out yet? Did anybody watch that? That's another train movie.
Oriental?
Anybody see that?
Murder on
Murder on the Orient
Express.
Express.
That was a
Just
good one.
Everything.
I liked that.
Yeah.
I like a good old train movie.
Yeah, me too.
Except Wild Wild West. That's not a good train movie.
No.
Yeah, I keep going back to. There's it was a Steven Seagal
Great
film.
Train Robbery.
Dark Territory. I'm an old school like 80s 90s action guy. So Steven Seagal, it was the sequel to Uncharted, the one where he was on the ship. God, now I'm blanking on all these names. But he's on a train, and the guy is like he's got like nuclear codes or whatever. But the train goes through like an area of like dark territory, I guess, where you can't communication can't go in or out. So he's like kind of on his own for a couple hours, and he's like this super fucking badass dude and takes on like 100 dudes. You know, kind of like Brad Pitt here. You know, basically, I'm comparing Brad Pitt and Steven Seagal. I'm sure Brad Pitt appreciates that. Under Siege.
Yes.
Yeah.
Under Siege. There we go.
Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. Go watch
this
it.
Kind of like comedy though. I when I first saw the trailer, I disagree. I think that it is a really good trailer, and it has sparked my interest. I think the coloring on this looks amazing, and that's probably what drew me to it first. And then of course you got the stellar cast, and it's the comedy bits that really get me. So that it's the quiet cabin, and then they continue, and I just love that he's like, okay, so there's a gun here. Like I like that he's just acknowledged that and then started whispering it. I think that's really good. There's something McDonagh-esque about this. So I'm a massive fan of Martin McDonagh, and I've studied him in college and everything, and I just big fan. So this kind
Who
of
is that?
comedy
Explain who that is.
Martin McDonagh is he's an English playwright and screenplay writer. He did In Bruges.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's this kind of like this kind of comedy that I think the prime example is like when he stops and asks for sparkling water. And then it's just like,
Yeah.
are you sure you want to do this? And he's like, are you, you sure? Yeah, okay. Well, and then they start going back into it. That kind of stuff is kind of typical in McDonagh's work as well. Stuff just kind of halts them. That's the quiet car and everything. And I like that about this movie, even though he's not involved at all. It just reminds me of that. And that's probably why I'm like gripped into it. And of course the cast. You just cannot go wrong with the cast. I think they're really, really, really good actors. Some of them I think are like not relatively new actors, but actors that are starting to get more and more into like protagonist roles. Like Joey King and Zidi. Is that her name? Zidi? Zazie Beetz?
Zazie Beetz. I love her.
Yeah.
Like she's great. So like I just know her from Joker really, and then obviously Deadpool 2, which is the same director.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that he did. He has like a background in stunts, and that makes me more excited to see this.
Mm-hmm.
The
He's an
close
actor,
quarters
stunt guy.
fighting.
Yeah.
I just love that.
He was a
So,
stunt coordinator on 300.
No
Yes, he
way.
was.
I'm gonna go see this movie. Probably multiple times. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. It does. I hope it leans into the comedy, right? Like I kind of. It seems like it is going to, right? It has that vibe, like especially the end, with the quiet car moment, and then at the end with the like the bar cart coming in, or the snack cart, and like he's ordering sparkling water. It seems like it's not going to take itself too seriously, which is great. Because I kind of feel like we need that nowadays. We need those kind of movies where it's a little lighthearted, but with some badass action.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. There's a movie that I absolutely love. It stars Doris Day. It's called The Glass Bottom Boat, and she kind of gets mixed up in like this whole spy, like it's something I forget like now what the whole thing is, but like she gets mixed up with all the spy stuff, and she's stuck in this situation dealing with all these different guys. I also there's me. I love it. It wasn't like the best movie ever, but it's Mute. It's on Netflix, and that one had like a ton of neon. So when I first saw this trailer, I was like, "Oh, okay."
What was
like
the movie
I just
called?
Mute.
Mute.
Mute. Mute.
Oh, I don't know
Sorry,
that
there's
movie.
a trash truck behind me.
Oh, I just thought someone was trying to break into your room again.
Yeah.
Again?
She's prepared.
Live on CouchSoup. You're like, do you
Wait a
mind,
second.
Frank? We're trying to do a podcast. In a minute.
Yeah.
1 second.
Well, I gotta watch Mute now. What a cast!
It's a great movie. I like it.
Anything with Sam Rockwell, I will watch.
Oh, same. I didn't know he was in that. What a legend.
I frickin' love him.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's great.
Okay, I am watching this. What was that movie that he was in with that Pitch Perfect girl?
Anna
Mr.
Kendrick?
Right or Mr. No,
Mr.
Wrong?
Right?
Mr. Right.
Mr.
God, I
It's
love
such
that
a
movie.
great
That was such a
movie.
cute
I love that movie.
Yeah, great
It's
movie.
so good.
But hey, Drew, as in trailer talk, since this is your baby, are we supposed to discuss the trailers or the movie?
Well, the trailer is a movie.
the
It's a
trailer.
trailer for a movie. So they kind of are,
One and the
synonymous. I mean, we haven't seen the movie. None of us have. So we can't really
No.
critique the film, which some people I think might get confused. We do talk about what the movie might be like based on the trailer. And that's really what the trailer's supposed to do, right? It's supposed to kind of showcase get you excited for a movie. And trailer talk should be about whether or
I
not
think we
that
need
it does
measuring
that
cards.
job.
I think we need to break
Like
the trailer
a
down
10
and have
out of 10
measuring cards.
avocados kind
Yeah,
of
like, okay, it's got,
10
I
soup
give it a
cans?
4 out of a 5 for its production quality, 2 out of 5 for story. Like, we got to judge
I'm
it as a
about that.
trailer.
Yeah,
we got to judge
yeah.
it as a trailer.
I guess so, but I guess I keep going back to there's so many different types of trailers. Like if we were always apples to apples.
So we'll have originality,
yeah,
5 out of 5. All right.
all right.
And then we still have to come back. Like, I would love to come back to movies. Like, I really want to rip Green Knight apart for such a great trailer. Like
I'll have to watch
or
it.
have a reaction to our trailers and go, oh, that was a piece of shit. They lied there. Nope, that was
What
not
we
good.
got right, what we didn't get right.
Such a good trailer. You know what? I might watch
It's
the
such
movie
a
again
good trailer.
just to watch the trailer again. Like I hear you, man. I mean, maybe we do have rate cards.
I don't know,
I'm
just some
for
sort of
that.
scoring system.
But why?
Why do
I
we
don't know
rate
why
it? Because it's what we do as
No.
humans.
I mean, like, why do you think this is a terrible trailer? I think that it's
I
really
like
good.
this trailer.
I know you're saying
So
that
that's why
I
we got to
don't.
break it up. As a trailer, I liked it. It was colorful. I liked the music choice.
Okay. Yes.
I like the pauses. I just felt as a tool to tell a story and get me intrigued, they kind of rested on the fact of all the big people that are going to be in it and that, and they just showed me a bunch of fight scenes. Like there's no intrigue into the story. It's like, okay, I'm just going to go see a fight movie. You know,
It's like a
But
showpiece.
I
It's not
actually
really
I wonder if that's
I
part of what the movie is going to be though. Like I have a feeling it's sort of like I don't know if the story is as important, like why the briefcase matters is as important as why Brad Pitt being in a situation where he has to like fight like
Yes.
10 or 12 assassins on a train that
Yeah.
he can't get off, right? So and he's put in, it seems like he's put in an unlikely scenario where he's trying to get out of being in the industry. And,
no, I get all that, but those
Yeah.
those fight things that they showed us, there was nothing special about them. Like the silent car was the best part. It wasn't like we were seeing the cable jumping the first time we saw Matrix, or what I mean. Like there was nothing unique to the fighting for me. It just kind of got too hectic. It was cute with the bottle. When he took the drink in the bottle. Those were better. But there was a point in the trailer where it was just fighting, and I was like, yeah, you could have been smarter.
I feel like it's going to be less about the fighting. Like, I mean, there's a lot of fighting in the trailer, but I do feel like it is going to be more about, like, I think Sandra Bullock has a bigger role in this, and they're just kind of lightly teasing. I think Brad Pitt is sent on this mission, but then he's discovering too, like, that there's other people on the same exact mission, or like, and so they're all kind of figuring things out. So I'm curious, like, I think it's going to be, kind of like a scary movie, like, the final, like, who's the final person that's gonna make it out with the briefcase. And I feel like that's kind of the scenario, maybe, like, so a lot of people are gonna die along the way. Like, you see Logan Lerman, his character's on there, and then he's dead. And so, like, I'm just curious on that front, how everybody's gonna work in. I mean, Bad Bunny, I feel like maybe Bad Bunny could be like one of the first few like other assassons that you meet, or
yeah. I like how
so
they
it
all have
is
funny names
interesting.
like Tangerine, Mrs. Wolf, Ladybug.
Code names.
Yeah, like that's fun. And I think it's interesting too. Like, I wonder how they're gonna kind of like, because obviously the train probably has stops, so there's probably some clever dynamics or tricks that they have to kind of keep Brad Pitt on the train. Even though it's going to have like certain stops along the way to a certain destination. And the other thing I noticed, like I noticed that it doesn't seem like the train is very full of people other than the people that are after him. So I wonder if that plays into sort of like the setup, like it's sort of been planned all along, where, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of civilians like running away while these guys are fighting. The only situation we get is that old lady like shushing them on the quiet cart, where you're kind of like, oh, but then there's really no one else in the seats. So it's kind of interesting.
Someone asked if I liked Atomic Blonde. I did. Did you guys like Atomic Blonde?
So good.
You know, I haven't actually seen that one. That was one I wanted to see.
I really enjoyed it.
It is actually really
The
good.
stunts in that are just amazing.
Well, that's Leitch again, assuming that's how I pronounce his name right.
Yeah.
Apologize if I'm butchering it.
I'm surprised that I guess it didn't do good, because it seemed like that was poised to be like a series, like with her, and even the way it ended, it kind of felt like they were setting that up for more or so. It's a shame.
Not to be confused with the one where she's immortal, based on the comic book.
That's
going to be a TV show now.
Yeah.
Yeah, with similar character, but without all the
without
without
the immortalness.
The immortal part.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was going to be immortal, I'd be an assassin, right?
Right.
Like,
I mean, I feel like you're
a hired killer. I mean, you can't kill me.
No.
Just walk in there with my javelin.
You know what it is? You know what it is about movies? If there's swords in it, I'm in. Like,
oh,
the
really?
moment you show me a sword in a sword fight, like whether it's a samurai sword or like and going back to, I can't think of the name of that movie now, where Charlize Theron was that immortal, but she wields that giant badass like axe cleaver thing that is just insanely awesome. Like, anytime that shit comes out, I'm like, I'm in. Like, I don't know what it is about sword fighting, and if the sword catches fire, I'm 100% in.
The thing
Like
with
if
a
the
sword
sword
fight
ignites,
is
you know, like
you
if
don't
they
bring
light
it to a
on fire.
gunfight. That's my thing.
Yeah,
Like,
but
don't
you see
bring a
some
sword
people
fight
and
to a
they can
gunfight. And the other thing too is, if
block
you do get
bullets
sliced
with
by
it.
that sword, you ain't walking away.
No.
Indiana
no.
Jones taught us that.
Yeah, India, that was the best scene. Yeah, I'm not so much into swords, but I hear what you say.
The
It's
old
just
guard.
I like
Thank you, thank you.
hand-to-hand combat rather than shoot 'em up. Like I love like Braveheart and that where it's just that
Braveheart.
hand-to-hand
That's all
stuff.
swords. What are you talking
That's why
about?
I'm
Hand-to-hand
talking. That's
combat,
Kill
why I'm
Bill.
bringing
this
it
is
up.
what I feel like
my
has
God.
been so excellently displayed in this trailer. Like they showed guns, they showed katanas, they showed all of like the other weapons, but they actually didn't really show anybody using their weapons. Kind of, right? They show somebody with like the gun coming up their sleeve, and they're like, it's raining
Yeah.
and there's blood.
Cleaning
and
it
I'm like,
up,
God, what a
yeah.
visual. And they have like a katana coming out and stuff. But all of the stuff in the fight scenes were either hand to hand or with the briefcase. Because your man was like attacking with the knife and he was defending and being bad.
There was a lot of stuff
love
off the train too that I enjoyed. You know, when they're walking through Tokyo, and then you saw some scenes in the streets, and I was like, does the train
Yeah.
stop? Like there was a lot, or is
Yeah.
that, you know,
Backstory, maybe.
And
Yeah.
maybe
Set up-
coming up
set
to
up-
the train.
Set up or
like-
because
or
I get
confusion.
Coming to the
claustrophobic
job.
on the train for the whole movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah, see, I don't mind that. I kind of like the idea. I don't know what it is
Moving
about
through the
movies
train?
that have to that are boxed into kind of like a certain scenario, and you have to creatively think about how to execute like the story within that sort of box, whether that's a train or a bus or whatever it might be, a cruise ship. I don't know. You know, like an airplane. Those are like Passion through 57, like all those kind of films. Like I don't know what it is about them that I get. I like that premise. It's always interested me.
I
Someone
actually
mentioned
agree with
13
you. I think
Assassins.
that anything in a close quarters or something like that, I really gravitate towards. But I think that's from a theater
Said the
background.
newlywed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like to be in close quarters.
Yeah.
Trapped, I tell you. Blink twice if you need help. No.
What's your safe word? More.
Well, that's
I'm
a
sure
good
that
safe word.
applies. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the worst safe word
Oh
ever.
my god.
Yeah, like I find that kind of stuff like just theatrical. Like
Yeah.
10 Cloverfield Lane, you know, like that could have been a play, and I love that. I think that's
Yeah.
like really
Yeah,
fascinating to me.
that's a great example too. Yeah, like you're in the bunker, like you
Yeah.
can't get, you know. Yeah,
It's just such a good. I love that because it
Yeah.
builds tension as well. So the fact that they're on the bullet train, I really enjoy that they're in these close quarters, that they're going to be going through different carts, and he's going to be encountering different people. It's almost like a video game. It's like levels of a video game,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
I'm gravitating towards that.
Honestly,
But I
yeah.
will say the locations that are outside of the train looked really nice, like the handoff or something in the desert, and there's some beautiful Japanese mountains and cherry blossoms,
Yes.
and there's a whole bunch of that as well. And I'm like, oh, this looks so good.
Mhm.
I'm so into. I think if I liked it that much, and I'm going to see it, I think it's a successful trailer.
Yeah.
That's it.
We,
in my eyes, so I
if Brad
understand.
Pitt wasn't in this, like just throwing it out there, and you know, PJ, especially for you, if this was like someone else, would you, like, it can't be Keanu Reeves because then it would just be like John Wick on a train. But like who else would you see this if it wasn't Brad Pitt or?
No, you're right. I wouldn't.
Really,
I wouldn't go see it
I
if
would.
it wasn't Brad
I
Pitt.
would.
It would have to be. Who the hell would it have to be? I don't know. That's why I feel like I had to constantly move my brain away from, oh, it's a Brad Pitt movie, I'm going to watch it, to, and that's why they pay them the big bucks, guys.
Yeah. Put butts in seats.
Is that, you know, there wasn't much that made me go, oh, I really want to see that, and I was actually more intrigued when they weren't on the train. So yeah, I'm liking it less and less as we talk about it more.
What
But-
if the briefcase is empty? And they're all
be
dying for
soul.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't mind Brad Pitt, but I'm also sort of like, Brad Pitt. I guess I'm wondering if it was more like, should the character be older, kind of like Bob Odenkirk was, to kind of give him a little bit more like a leg, like he's sort of like,
You know what would have made it interesting? It made it with the sword thing, like a demure Japanese schoolgirl as the assassin.
Yeah, like a young.
Like, then that would have been cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's
yeah,
kind of
like
like
she's
the
like.
Kill Bill thing, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there's a famous Japanese anime about that.
Right, or like the schoolgirl, like is like
schoolgirl's the killer.
assassin. Well,
Yeah.
and then like, but the chick in Kill Bill, you're right, like where she was wielding that badass like ball
Yeah.
with spikes. You
Yeah.
know, like God, that was
I
so
love
great.
Kill Bill.
She was great.
Yeah, this kind of has some Kill Bill vibes. I'm not
It
gonna
does.
lie.
I was gonna say
it
that,
definitely
yeah.
channel. You could definitely see
From
channeling a little.
Tarantino.
But I mean, obviously Tarantino stole from all those other
Yeah.
Japanese films, so it's not like it's not stole is the wrong word. He paid homage
Took
to
took
inspiration from. Yeah, there's
There's
also a
so
great.
many I want to look into too, because like there's a lot of like Japanese films that kind of have the same kind of like story idea of like a hitman hired to kill someone, and then there's other people like other hitmans coming after the hitman. Like there's a lot of different movies that I
Yeah.
feel like too maybe this also like I'm curious. I want to learn more about the book. Like I really want to read it now.
Yeah, I
Like
wonder-
so I'm curious to see too like where other inspiration came for the author from, you know, for this movie, for this book. Like I'm just curious what all was pulled into it.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure.
if anybody knows in the chat, like
Yeah.
let us
And
know.
and it'd be great too if I feel like a good marketing platform is sort of like when they do get to talk about like the inspiration behind, like when the director gets a chance to kind of talk about like the inspiration behind some of the stuff that they're doing in the movie. So I hope they get to kind of talk about that, because it does feel highly inspired in some moments. There's a great shot too, like a blink and you miss it shot where like Brad Pitt punches I don't know, like a Japanese Pokemon kind of like guy.
Oh,
Big
like a little
blow-up
character.
Yeah, in a neon cart, which is dope,
Mhm.
which I'm all in for.
yeah.
Again, leaning into the this feels kind of silly,
Absurdity.
absurd, but also great. But that could backfire too, because there's another film that was on Netflix, Gunpowder Milkshake, that sort of
Oh yeah.
leaned
I
into
like
that. It was
I liked
okay.
it.
Yeah, it was not 100%. I wasn't all in. It kind of felt slow at points, but it kind of leaned into the absurdity at moments too, where you're kind of like, is that where I want to go? I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, well, that pretty much we can't. There's not much left to talk about.
Oh, there's always more to
Did you have a favorite shot from the trailer?
Everyone with Brad in it.
Aw.
He's such
The
a
glowy-
diehard. It's so cute.
Chloe, Brad.
It's so funny.
The
The way
man
you are with
crush.
Brad Pitt is how I would be with Angelina Jolie.
Well, I'm that way
Oh,
with
wow.
her. I would just want to be the
Her and
mallow
Kate
in that
Blanchett was
marshmallow.
She was so beautiful in Eternals.
Girl, so beautiful.
I mean, she's
Um,
beautiful and everything.
They didn't use her well in Eternals. I thought they did. They used her poorly.
They kind of like sidelined her character
Yeah.
because they kind of like she had madness or something.
I love it when she's so intense. What was that movie where they would bend the bullet?
Oh, Wanted.
Yeah.
Wanted.
Yes.
She was so
James
intense in that movie.
So good.
That was
That's a good.
That's
I need
what
to
she does
rewatch
well.
That. I haven't seen that in a long
It's a
time.
good comic book movie.
It is. Yeah,
It is a good comic
actually is a pretty solid comic book movie.
To answer your question, Stephanie, I think for me, what gripped me is probably the first bit when he's sitting down and he's like, "I have a gun." He's like, "We're in the quiet car," and he goes, "I have a gun." I think that's
That's
just
so good.
I think we should watch it
one
again.
of my favorites.
Come on.
Yeah,
Let's watch it again.
Let's watch it again.
We could do that.
I loved Brian Tyree Henry's reaction though when the laptop gets closed on his hand.
like-
He's just kind of like
Yeah.
Covers his
you
screams
just see
in
his
the quiet
reaction. It
car.
was so genuine.
And up into that, everything was really awesome. And then it kind of after that point, then when they started getting into all the fighting, it kind of got pedestrian.
I love the lady on the train though too. She's like, shh.
I know. So
We all
funny.
know him. We know him.
Yes.
I bet she's an assassin now too. I bet
Oh,
20
that'd
bucks.
be cool.
The old lady comes at them with like a knife or something, or like a syringe.
Yeah.
An old lady handbag with like a mallet in it or something.
She just starts whacking them over the head with her purse.
Yeah.
She's like, "Stop
Yeah.
it! You need to be quiet." And then they're like, "Shh."
Very much, actually, yeah.
You know, that would have been. It should have been Betty White. Should have played Betty White.
Aw.
Betty White, yeah. The old
She was
lady.
busy sitting up there with Jesus and Elvis.
Yeah.
Elvis. Let's just not talk about Elvis.
No.
No.
Ever again.
No.
We're gonna go see it though. I'm gonna go see it.
All right, buddy, take us home.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. Thanks, guys, and thank you everyone who donated soup to Ukraine. We appreciate it. Well, the donation will be up on this video, and we'll keep the charity running for a little while. See how this all plays out. But thank you guys for anybody who donated, and for all of you guys who joined us in the live chat today and to watch with us. Bullet Train. This was super cool. As you could tell, most of us liked it. I think we're all going to probably see this film, which is. Maybe PJ will come around when the next trailer tells a little bit more story that he'll.
Oh, but I'm still gonna see it.
Yeah, he's still gonna see it.
Did you see it in theaters or just wait until it comes out somewhere?
I've gone back to theaters. I'm waiting for the one to go back for.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and PJ, when Brad Pitt's in it, likes to watch without pants on. So
yeah, all by myself.
The theaters won't let him.
A little awkward in the theaters.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys, everybody. Pagan, PJ, Stephanie, I'm Drew. Trailer Talk. You can find us on YouTube and anywhere you listen to podcasts. I appreciate all the listens and the downloads and the support.
Yes.
We love
Spread the love. Share with everybody.
Yeah, do that thing. Share that stuff.
Subscribe. Hit that like button.
And if you have a trailer that you want us to watch,
or I won't like you.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. I mean, you could suggest a trailer, but most likely we're going to ignore it.
Drew's going to pick it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how this. Every now and then I'll put a survey out on Twitter. If you follow, we will do a little because sometimes there's a lot of good
stuff. He puts his finger on the
drops.
scale though, so don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm constantly looking.
I definitely skew those scales. If it's Star Wars,
join us next week for the top 25 Brad Pitt films.
Yes.
I think there's only probably 25 Brad
Have
Pitt
we
films.
reached out to Brad to see if he'll come on the show? I mean, he's not doing much lately, right?
He's not
busy.
He's
I call him. He's so
cleaning his
busy. He
bike.
doesn't call me back. He's just busy, right? He's just busy. I know.
I want to have an interview and then just interview Brad Pitt and just talk about, hey, did you ever meet a guy where his daughter
Would
fell
love
into a
to hear
puddle
his
of mud?
version of that story.
Yeah,
I
he's
wanna know what
fucking
hair
Ophrus
products
is
he
going down the
used.
streets, not even paying attention to his kid. He's probably trying to steal my motorcycle.
Totally. He was probably terrified for his life.
Brad, how do you get your hair so shiny?
So
Why do you
shiny.
glow, Brad Pitt?
That's
Why do you glow?
L'Oreal for men.
You be my friend.
Why do you glow?
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, thank you, everybody. And we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.